What you seek is seeking you. The power of belief relies on the rate and frequency of vibration. When you want to manifest something, when you want to rearrange the elements of your reality, you must remember the key is the rate and frequency of your vibration. Because think of it this way: when you are determined to become a certain weight or get into a certain type of shape via exercise, the amount and the intensity, so the amount as in how often, and the intensity as in how hard you are pushing yourself, is what produces the results, the manifestation. The harder you push yourself, the the rate, and there is a balance, because you could overdo it or and kind of overwork what you don't need to really overwork completely. There's tricks in there, but think of it: if you're lazy and you slack off in your exercise routine, you're not going to see results as fast, nor are you going to see them as pronounced. But if you're, I know from doing like aerobics, which combines like cardiovascular with weight training, that I've been able to transform or shapeshift or mold or sculpt my body in a short period of time. And if I maintain that level of exercise and keep pushing myself to the level that is, because as soon as you start to get in shape, you need to push harder, that I can maintain a really excellent athletic physique. So think of manifestation as, and think of the key to manifestation, the rate and vibration, the rate and frequency of your vibration, in those terms. And it's almost literally the same. It is. It's the same thing. So the key to magic, then, magic would mean a move from um, a predictable and observed result through a predictable and observed set of circumstances. Removed from that would be a new set of circumstances producing a similar or better result, or just a result, right? So, um, so the key to magic is to be able to simulate inside of your mind the same exact type of frequency of vibration as the vibration that you would have if you had what it is that you want right now. Right now. Okay? And so if and you got to think of it in the terms of how badly do you want what you want? Being very careful about what you are wishing for. Say it's a car. You want a car. You don't need it. You don't want it actually either. You have it. You have it. You want to manifest a car in your life? You've got it. Okay. What would it feel like? Imagine what it would feel like to have it right now. Now, one place where people get all tripped up is in thinking, what steps do I have to take to get that car? Oh, excuse me. Well, when you are embarking on going on, a physically transformational journey through exercise, yes, you set your goal, you know what you want, but when you are in the routine when you are exercising, um, you're not thinking of what steps do I need to take. You're doing the steps. And if anything, you're focused on the body that you want. You're focused on the feeling of the body, of the health level, of the strength that you want. Therefore, the results. Therefore, while you're exercising and such, and week in week out, it's a lot more motivating because you're putting yourself in that mindset. It's the same thing with wanting to manifest something through magic, which would literally almost just be focusing on what you want without doing some of these extraneous steps. So if you want a car and you don't know how you're going to get it, but you know that you want to manifest this, that you will manifest this car, we need to change the vocabulary here. Then you must put yourself in a state of knowing that it's coming to you, which means that you already got it. It's just a separation of time at this point. And time is in an illusion. And so you really do already have it. And you know that because anything that happens, that will happen in your life from this moment on, is already it's already happened in the sense that it's going to happen, and all it does base its principle on is in your choices of your thoughts. And your thoughts, they choose whether things manifest or not through the vibration. Okay, now for me, and you and anybody, we could study and study and study and try and nail it down. Well, there's two books I want to mention. One's called The Magician's Way by William Whitehorse. And this is about manifestation. And they call the circumstance of thinking of your goal and dwelling on all the steps it will take to get to the goal as in golf terms. So in the game of golf, when you are going to make your play, you're in your swing circle. You have a certain amount of movement in a circle that you can make, and that's called your swing circle. Okay, because outside you can't really do anything outside of that circle, right? So that circle is your swing circle. Well, in the book, The Magician's Way, William Whitehorse, a sensei, a guru, or whatever. So just a teacher is teaching a stockbroker fellow how to trust and how to manifest through trust. So he teaches him how to golf blind, because he says that if you get caught up in your swing circle, you will never, never be anything better than the set of limitations that you place on yourself while you perceive yourself as being in that swing circle. Now, when you close your eyes or when you rely on your trust, obviously you're going to want to practice a little bit. But when you rely on your trust and visualization, you don't have the limitation of the swing circle. The only limitation is in how much you believe that you can hit the ball where you want it to go. Now, if you visualize it and you develop the technique of that, you don't need to focus on anything extraneous to that. So don't focus on the steps that it will take to get to your manifestation. Focus on what it feels like, knowing that your manifestation is coming for you. What you seek is seeking you. Now, the other book that I was going to mention is this fantastically hilarious book by P.G. Wodehouse, and it's he's a great author, really really funny British comedy writer, and he wrote a book that I just think is so great. It's called Love Among the Chickens, and there's this really hilarious character in the book. He's one of the main characters, and he is the one who has this idea of starting a chicken farm, and his name is Eucridge, right? And Eucridge kind of like persuades his friend, his writer friend, handsome writer friend, to come help him start a chicken farm for fun. And Eucridge knows nothing about starting a chicken farm. And he says, well, I think that I've got the advantage because everybody who is in the know of knowing how to farm chickens, they've all got their heads just in it and they can't see outside of that. And I think that we could do it however we want to do it and it will work. And so they go through like an incredible amount of obstacles and it just almost flops. However, because of Eucridge's attitude throughout the entire time, he never doubts. Like, that's just his character. He's very confident, very confident, never ever has a moment of doubt. And because of his faith, his trust, in the end, despite all things almost coming to disaster, they still end up prevailing and succeeding. And it's out of some, random, like an ant gives them money or something. And so, and the reason why I brought this up is because sometimes your manifestation will come in a way that you do not have any, you will never be able to guess, because, and it will look like it's about to fail. And right before it does, depending on your rate and vibration, the rate and frequency of your vibration, if you keep that the whole time, you don't have to worry how it will come. You don't have to worry when things fall apart. You just keep the trust. That is the key to alchemy. You're welcome, because that's magic. And I was told that. And I intend that you know that, and I know that anything right now that we want, if we can imagine it and believe in the image that we create in our mind, then it is